welcome back to the 1231 podcast. Welcome back. It is a very lovely night. It is 8:40 p.m. on February 4th on a Sunday. It feels really nice outside, actually. I just got home from work. It's like 60 degrees outside or something. It feels really nice. This is the fit check. This cool red hoodie. I got all of this thrifted, the pants and the hoodie. And then I mentioned last time about these motherfucking avocado socks. Look at them. They're so dope. And then I got my Chucks. You see the chain. You see the ring. You see the Casio on me. Alrighty. Yeah. Very chillax vibes. You see, this episode, I wanted it to be a little more chill. So I had this light. I got a new light bulb, actually. I didn't mention that. I got a new light bulb. It's this one right here. It's a it's a smart one. So I connected it to my Echo Dot, and I have it dimmed at the very lowest brightness because I wanted it to be a little darker today. I wanted a night vibe. But yeah, it is February 4th. Yesterday was my brother's birthday. He turned 24. Big 24. And on the 2nd, which was Friday, it was my dog's birthday. He is, let's see, we got him. He was born 2018. He's 6 years old. That's so crazy, bro. Because if you don't know what my dog looks like, I'll put up a picture. He's a German Shepherd, and he's 6 years old, but he still looks like really young. I don't know, maybe he got like Hasbulla syndrome or something, and he's if you don't know Hasbulla, I'll throw up a picture right there you go, double picture. There's Hasbulla, and then I'll put back Toby, and yeah, he just looks really small. But yeah, he turned 6, and I recently got these when I got the light bulb. I believe I got there's like these dog ice cream treats. I'll throw them up there too. You can see a picture of them right here. I gave him one. There comes with 4. So when I got them earlier this week, I gave him one. And then for his birthday, I just got his bowl of food. I put ice cream, and then I put like a biscuit treat that we give him for his birthday. And then I also got him this little toy right here. It's Batman. It was really cool. He at first he didn't like it. He's a very picky dude. I think he's just like me. He's my son. He's just like me. He's very picky. So me and my brother, what I do sometimes to like get him to like hate, like want to bite the toy and like throw it around, I'll like tap him on the face with it so he gets annoyed, and then he'll want to bite it and then like throw it around and everything, fling it around. But my brother started tossing it to me. We did it back and forth, and he started like, I want to jump in. So yeah, I got him that toy. And then my brother, he doesn't watch these. I'll show you what I got him. I'll put up a picture of him. Look at him right here in all his glory, Mr. Camaro. And then this is what I got him. Boom. Look at that, bro. It's so dope. I'm so proud that I like made that kind of but it's super cool. It's super like personalized, so I think he'll love it. But that thing isn't coming in till like a couple of days from when I'm recording this, so after his birthday, obviously. So in the meantime, I got him 2 of his favorite places to eat are Whataburger and Jimmy John's. And so I got, but there wasn't a Jimmy John's gift card, but I got him a Whataburger one for $25, and then I just got him a Cane's one because Cane's is dope. But I wanted to get him a really good gift because for Christmas, dude, I don't know if I've told y'all, but he got me the most insane thing ever. And then for 2022, for my birthday, he got me another insane thing. So I'll put up the 2022 one. He got me, boom, this drum set that's like $400. I have it still. I use it to this day. It's so dope. It's so cool because at the time before he got me that one, I had I bought one for like $200 like in 2020, and it was a really rough shape. I actually, for the snare drum, so these things work as there's a little thing that when you hit it, it makes the sound of that particular drum. And for the snare one, it broke like the tip of the motion, or like the sensor that it had, it broke. So like it was too short, so that you literally had to stab the drum for it to hit the sensor. So what I did was I put a bottle cap on top of a Jack in the Box fry box. So it was all flattened out, the fry box, and then I put the bottle cap, and then I glued it to the inside of the snare, and then I was hitting it, and it worked like a third of the time. When you hit it, it would make the snare sound. So it was in rough shape. So he got me a drum set in 2022, and I was like, oh my god, bro, how do I repay you for this? It was so dope. Yeah, and then this Christmas he got me, boom, bro, look at that. I was like, oh my god. Oh, I did mention this. And now I remember that I'm talking about it. I mentioned it in a podcast because I remember I told you it was broken. But yeah, that's like another $400. I was like, what the fuck, bro? How do I react to this? It was so awesome. But yeah, he got me those two. He's gotten me those two things. So I wanted to get him something really cool, and I had to drop I didn't drop insane amount of money. It was like around like $90 for both things. The Funko Pop itself was like 30, and then the little one, it came with the little German Shepherd one. I got that for Toby, so it's him and Toby, and then I have the name Mick and Tobes because his name is Mikas, and so all that was like $40 plus with the shipping, and then the gift cards were 50. So I hope he liked it. I think he did. And then for his birthday, what he wanted to do was, oh my god, this place. I was so excited to try this place. I'm gonna preface this. It is a Brazilian steakhouse where it's unlimited food. It's $60 per person, and they keep serving you different types of meats. It could be chicken, it could be lamb, it could be steak. And there's this little like, what do you call it? Like a little token thing. It's like a slip of paper that you just flip. One side said yes, one side says no. That if you keep wanting, if you want food or not, them to keep bringing you food. So we get there, and it's in a mall. This location that we went to was in a mall. So I was like, I don't know. It's supposed to be like this fancy dancy stuff, but if it's like in this mall that I don't think is super fancy, is like I'm like, all right, I'm not as excited as I was before. But keep in mind, okay, I'm gonna preface this as well. I'm a very simple guy. I feel like I don't have that many fancy things. I have this that I got from work. These posters are from Amazon. I have a $20 Casio watch. I don't have the craziest clothes. I don't have the craziest shoes. I feel like I'm a very simple guy. I don't try to drop a lot of money on things. I'm not super duper materialistic. So like that's why I'm judging this a little bit, because it's supposed to be all this fancy dancy, sparkles and shit like that. So it's in the mall. We get there, and it's like I don't know. I was just expecting more. It was a cool vibe, but like it was so close quarters with everybody, which, I mean, it's a restaurant, but like I was just expecting a little more. I don't know, like a little more. It's $60 a person, and then so we sit down, and then there's this bar. There's like a big buffet bar, kind of. I don't think that's what it is, but it's just they have on the very left. We went like around 1 p.m. So it's like in the middle of breakfast and lunch. So at the very beginning, they have on the very left-hand side is a tray of like these roasted potatoes with vegetables. And then I forgot what's in the other tray. But then you move to the right, and there's a bunch of cold items. There is fruit, there is Caesar salad, and then there's these other, like, I think it's like Brazilian dishes, and they're all cold. I'm like, I thought this was like a fucking fancy dancy steakhouse. Why are we doing this? This has nothing to do with this. I'm like, all right, whatever. I guess I have to serve myself at a $60 restaurant. And then, okay, again, I'm not trying to be, I'm not trying to sound ungrateful. I'm just explaining my experience with this supposedly fancy place, And then my mom was all tripping, like, we need to dress nice, you know. And I'm like, all right, I'll dress nice, because like I'm thinking this is gonna be a fancy dancy place. And then we get there, and there's like these kids in fucking hoodies and flip flops, because we're like at a mall. So I understand why these kids are dressing like this, but I'm like thinking in my mind, I'm like, ma, these kids don't give a fuck. Nobody gives a fuck what we wear, you know. So that also added to like why I thought it was a little overhyped, or like underwhelming for me. And then we sit down, and then they start bringing us various steaks. They brought us I liked half of the steaks that they brought, but the rest of it was either undercooked, under-seasoned, or over-seasoned, or overcooked. I felt like there's nothing that was, because I'm a medium rare guy, and so I like a little redness in the meat, and like especially steak, pause on the meat. But yeah, and it was just a little weird. Like it was just a mixed mash of shit. They brought me, they got like grilled cheese, like not a grilled cheese sandwich, but literally cheese that was grilled on either side. It looked burnt to fuck. It looked like a hockey puck. They put it on your plate, and then she's serving the honey, and it's taking like 2 hours for the honey to come out of the cup. And then, oh, that tasted so bad. And then they brought a like banana that was sweetened. Like it wasn't sweetened, but it was like, I believe it was like, they probably put like sugar, so there's a glaze, and then they put the banana in, and they cooked it a little bit. And then, so that was all right. But like, it's just weird. It felt like nothing went with anything. And then, what else was there? There was like a little sweet potato crispy, like little, it wasn't really a fry, but it was like a little rectangle of like sweet potato that I did not like at all. But I tried it. I wasn't trying to be like, I don't want that. I was trying to, try everything. I was trying to give it a try. I was trying to be open-minded, because this place supposedly wanted, like, my parents talk about it all the time. My brother talks about it all the time. He wanted to go for it for his birthday. Excuse me. And then, so I'm just like, what is this shit? I mean, I will admit that, obviously it does fill you up, because it's never ending. You can get whatever you like. It's unlimited amount of food. And then these guys are just, they all have this like, it's not, I don't know if that's what it's supposed to look like, but they have this like Texan belt and like white shirts with a red bow, I think they was wearing. They're all walking around with fucking big skewers of fucking meat. And then there's a little plate, a metal plate at the bottom that's holding the skewer. I'm like, there's probably a better way to do this, bro, because that shit can slip at any time and fucking puncture somebody's thigh. And then there's some of these fucking guys. Before I even say anything, so we're sitting at a round table, so the server will come in between any of us and like ask us if we want this meat. And then for one, like this one guy, he served us 3 times, and I believe like 2 out of the 3 times he went to me first, and he just started giving me it. I'm like, bro, I didn't even say yes, but he just like gave me a bunch of shit. And then yeah, it was mostly all really tough and really overcooked. So I was very, very underwhelmed. I'm not gonna say disappointed, because I don't know, I feel like that's too mean. But yeah, I was really underwhelmed. But yeah, it was my brother's birthday, so when he went to the restaurant at one point, and then I was like, oh, look at that. That was a perfect example, or a perfect reaction to what I was saying. But yeah, he went to the restroom, and then I told the waitress if she could bring it was his birthday, and if they did anything, and they brought a blueberry cheesecake, which was pretty dope. Put up some blueberry cheesecake right here. I fucking love cheesecake. Cheesecake is one of the best things that was ever created. It's my favorite dessert of all time, because I'm not really a cake guy. Well, now that I think of it, it's all right. But I just love cheesecake so much. It's my favorite thing. I get that every year for my birthday. But another thing that I was so underwhelmed and disappointed by are these, bro. Bagel by no. Sorry. What's the name of it? Pizza cupcakes. If you watch Shark Tank, you most likely watched this episode. I'll put up a picture of the episode of these people. They made pizza cupcakes, and when I saw that, I was like, oh my god, that looks delicious. And then the on that episode, it was a couple. The lady was from New York, and then the guy was from Italy. And so they made this company together because he knew how to make fresh pizza and everything. So he made the dough, he made all the recipes, and then it's a frozen product, and it comes in a pack of. It's so fucking overpriced. It's a pack of 8 for like $9. I saw it at Walmart, and I bought it, and I was so hyped because on the episode, every shark was literally like, oh my god, this is so good, this is frozen. And then the guy's like, yes, it's a frozen product. I'm like, bro. And then I go to try it. Okay, I tried this like a couple days ago. It was just me and my sister home, so I asked her, I was like, do you want to try this with me? And she was like, yeah, sure. So on the instructions, there is baking and air frying instructions. I did the air frying because I didn't really want to bake, and I think that's where I went wrong. I'm gonna give it another try by baking it in the oven, but this time I tried it with air fryer. I tried it, and then I did the instructions, and then when I ate it, the cheese was still cold in the middle, and it tasted like nothing. So I was like, all right, I'll put it in a little longer. Maybe it's undercooked. I put it in another 3 minutes because the air fryer cooks really quick. And I bring it out, and it literally tastes like nothing, bro. I was literally so disappointing. The pastry, it feels great. Like, it's really soft to the touch after you bake it, or like after I took it out of the air fryer, it's really soft. It's not tough in any way, but there's just no flavor at all. I was so fucking disappointed because seeing this thing on the episode, it looked so good. I was so hyped to try it, but it was just so ass. It was so ass. Oh, voice crack. But yeah, it was so ass. But I mentioned Batman earlier. So I was watching some videos today earlier, and it was talking about the Snyderverse. If you don't know what the Snyderverse is, Zack Snyder, he's the one who made, I believe he made Man of Steel. He either made directed it or he produced it. He made Batman vs. Superman, and he made Justice League, the Snyder Cut. So after Christopher Nolan's trilogy finished off, they were wanting to make a new universe, and Christopher Nolan, they had the idea for Batman vs. Superman, and they went to Christopher Nolan, and he thought it was too they wanted Christopher Nolan, and they wanted Christian Bale, but Nolan, of course, thought his Batman was just way too grounded for fucking Superman to go against him. So he went out of the project with Warner Bros. And then so Warner Brothers looked for somebody else, and Zack Snyder ended up making the movie. And he had this whole plan, this story planned out from like Batman v Superman all the way to a third Justice League movie. And it just got scrapped because Warner Brothers wanted to compete with Marvel, and they wanted more humor in their movies, because that's what sold. Because Batman v Superman became really, when it came out to really bad reviews because it was so serious and so dark that it didn't appeal to a lot of people. So Warner Bros. Told Zack Snyder, hey, you need to make this more humorous, or else we're not going to compete with these other people. But Zack Snyder had a different vision, you know. I don't hate the guy. I don't have an opinion on him because I see the ideas that he comes up with, and I'm like, all right, that's cool. But I think it's just the execution that is where it falls for me. But so Zack Snyder was like, but I'm trying to make this really like gritty story, and humor just isn't a big part of it. It's mostly like good storytelling. So, or I don't know. I'm really talking out of my ass. But most of this is true. But so yeah, it just falls. There's a fallout with Zack Snyder, and then his daughter dies, bro. That's so fucking sad. His daughter dies, so he has to step out from the project. And then Joss Whedon, which is the guy who directed Age of Ultron, the Avengers movie, and the first Avengers movie, they brought him in to like salvage what they could with the movie, because it obviously didn't finish filming because Zack Snyder had to step out. So Joss Whedon like rewrote some of the scenes, and then he followed what Warner Bros was saying, because in the first of 2 Avengers films there was humor in it. So he brought over what he could and did a horrible job. Bro, my voice is cracking so bad. He did a horrible job. Let me drink some fucking water. I just spilled some. He did a horrible job, and that movie was a fucking disaster. It was so bad. So really what I'm trying to get at is that I think I feel like DC is so cooked, bro. DC, I think, is way better than Marvel when it comes to the comics and the stories and the characters, or some of the characters, not all the characters, because Marvel does have some cool characters, but I just don't know how they fucked everything up so bad. The only good things that come out of DC are obviously The Batman with Robert Pattinson, Matt Reeves, Christopher Nolan's series, and then the fucking Batman Arkham games, and then most of the animated movies and shows. But in real film, the only good things were the Batman and Christopher Nolan's series. Like, how do you fuck up so bad in translating this? And then also the Tim Burton movies, which are also very good. But what am I trying to get at? I think DC could have been way better than Marvel in every way if they just had an executed plan, like a all-inclusive, like all interwoven. Everything is like specifically drawn together to tell this big story. Obviously not like everything is in the same universe, but everything is organized, you know? Because like at the moment there's DC's it was a disaster, and then James Gunn stepped in, but it's still kind of a disaster because we're on the curve of James Gunn transitioning into his era. But I mean, what we've seen from James Gunn is literally top tier for comic book entertainment. He's done Guardians 1 through 3. He's done The Suicide Squad, which I'm going on record as saying is one of the best comic book movies made. Peacemaker which was a very entertaining series, and I think that is really what we first saw from his universe, because I think that's gonna continue. He's gonna make a second season of that, even though this Snyderverse is done. But yeah, I just think it's hard to translate Batman into group settings like in the Justice League, because Batman is such a calculated guy that I feel like you have to write with Batman first, because whatever is going on in the scene, Batman should have I don't know what I'm talking about, but I don't know what I'm trying to get at. I was thinking about this on the way home. But I just think DC needs to get brought up from hell, and I hope James Gunn is the one to do that. James Gunn is casted for Superman Legacy. I'll probably put a picture of that poster that he has. He has casted what's his name, David Cornsweet. I believe that one guy who played Beast in X-Men. He's casted as Lex Luthor. I don't know if that's confirmed or not. And then he's casted Lois Lane and Hot Girl. And I just hope he just chooses a really good person to play Batman. Because in what he wrote out in his time, like in his, what is it called? Just all the movies that has lined up, he has a Brave and the Bold story, which is a story about Batman and his son Damian Wayne. So this is already going to be an established old Batman, kind of like what Ben Affleck was. So this is why some people are like, why are you even recasting Ben Affleck in the first place? I don't think Ben Affleck was a bad Batman. I think Ben Affleck was an okay Batman. One personal thing I have with him is I just think his face is not Batman at all. I think Batman should look mean. You know, he should have like a very like dead face, and I just don't think Ben Affleck had that. But he did have the physicality. One thing that Ben had was the physicality. He was fucking huge. Put up a fucking picture of Ben Affleck. Look at that motherfucker. He's a unit. He's fucking huge. He's like 6'4". Batman needs to be like 6'4", bro. Robert Pattinson is like 6'3". One gripe I do have with Robert Pattinson is that he is a little too skinny to play Batman. But this is a very grounded story in Matt Reeves' universe. But still, there's fucking guys that are jacked that there's jacked people in the world, you know? So how is a 6'3", like kind of, he's not scrawny, but like he kind of is, you know? But I know that also in that universe, I don't know. I'm pretty sure Alfred is the only one who trained him to fight. I don't know. I don't think they mentioned like any of the League of Shadows or something like that. So I think Matt Reeves really needs to like, either Robert Pattinson really needs to buff up just like a little bit, you know? Or he has to just like introduce a element that this version of Bruce Wayne has gone through like a lot of combat training, because that's my only gripe with Matt Reeves' universe. What the fuck was I talking about? But yeah, I don't know. I just think DC could have been way miles ahead of Marvel if they had just stuck to the good stories that they have and just executed it more organized. But yeah, let's see, we're at the 26-minute mark. Was there anything else I wanted to talk about in this episode? Let me see. All of this just really came out of my ass. Let me see. I wanted to show off some of the impressions I can do, but I'm kind of nervous, so I don't really want to do that. Let me see. I also want to try a new food on here or something. A new food or a new drink. Was there a new movie? Oh yeah, Tenet. I wanted to watch Tenet because if you don't know what Tenet is it is a Christopher Nolan film that he made, and he didn't make, he did make it, but he didn't make it in 2020. But it released in 2020 in the height of the pandemic, so it was for the box office, it didn't really do good, and then a lot of people didn't go see it, so there wasn't really a good critical claim for it. But I want to go see it because it's returning to theaters February 20 something, and I want to go see it because it sounds really interesting the way he plays with it has to do kind of, I think, with time travel in a sense, I believe. Just with time. Time works really weird in that movie, I think, and I really want to see it. It has Robert Pattinson. It has what is his name? It's Denzel Washington's son. I don't know his name, but he's also a really good actor, and I want to see that movie. It's really, really, really interesting. And I do want to give it a fair shot because, yeah, I want to watch more Nolan film. Nolan is fucking the GOAT. And I love Robert Pattinson. And I don't want to watch it at home because it is on HBO. But I don't want to watch it at home. I like watching movies for the first time in theaters. I also recently saw Fury. I'll say something about that right now. But yeah, I do like watching movies in theaters for the first time because I feel like when I'm at home, I could just pause it whenever and go do whatever. But in the movie theaters, you're like engaged. You have to stay there and watch it the whole time. But sorry, I thought I heard something. But what's it called? I want another thing with like HBO Max and these and like Warner Brothers is like Christopher Nolan was having some beef with them. They had a fallout, and Christopher Nolan said at like a I don't know, it was an event for Oppenheimer. He was saying that the new Oppenheimer Blu-rays came out and they worked really hard on having the Blu-ray experience be very, very, very similar to the cinematic experience like in the movie theaters, because they tried to like translate what they could with like obviously theater, or like obviously the versions that they sent to theaters are different to the versions that they have on like Blu-ray or like disc. So he said they worked really hard on like translating like the sound editing and like how everything sounded, so that it sounded like identical to the theatrical version. So, and he was saying that like, please go buy this before some big evil streaming company picks it up. And that's very, very true and interesting, because it's really been normalized on HBO for like a movie to be out, and then like 1 or 2 months later it's already on HBO. Like a movie will come out in theaters, and then 2 months later it's already streaming. It's like people would just wait for it to come on streaming, so they don't have to spend money on the theaters and everything, and they can watch it how many times they want. And yeah, it's just really, really undermining to like the cinematic experience, and to all the people that worked very hard for this movie to be in theaters. And then also on this topic, Roadhouse, which is a movie, it's a remake of the old Roadhouse. I don't know, I never watched that movie, but I just know that this new one had Jake Gyllenhaal and fucking Conor McGregor of all people, and it's like going so south of what the original movie was about. From what I've heard, like the old movie was just like about, what was it? I don't know. It just had the new movies like adding like UFC elements to it. So it's like, what the hell is going on here? But yeah, for that movie, Jake Gyllenhaal was told that movie was going straight to theaters, but now it's being they're coming out that the movie's going straight to Amazon Prime Video. So he's like, what the fuck? He's like boycotting the movie now, which is like so fucked up to everybody that was worked on that movie. I don't know. If I was a worker on that movie, or like on any movie, and it's showing is going straight to streaming, I'm like, I don't know. It's just a weird thing, you know. It's like movies are meant to be watched in theaters. So like if you're gonna just release it on streaming, on like where anybody could watch it on their phones and things like that, it's not as special, you know. That's just my opinion, and I think it's yeah. So let's see. Let's see. Okay, I'll do some impressions. I'm just gonna. They might be a little bad. They're gonna be a little bad, but okay. I'm gonna do some voice impressions of some people. So let's see. The first one, I'm pretty confident in this one. It's Steve-O. Steve-O, he's mentioned in the past that like he used to talk. Well, he still talks because it's like his signature thing. He talks like using just like, he doesn't use any diaphragm. He doesn't use any. He just forces his voice out, which is why it sounds like that. So this is my Steve-O. All right. I'm nervous, bro. I always hate like this. Like this feels like a performance. This is my Steve-O.
Yeah, dude. So like, I was on so much cocaine with Knoxville on Jackass Forever, and like I was with my dog Wendy.
I've watched a lot of Steve-O. I know a lot about that man. He has a very cool YouTube channel. If you haven't watched him before, you should go watch him. But yeah, he has a really cool story about his dog Wendy that he found in Peru. If you haven't, I'll put up a picture right there of what the video looks like. Go watch that video. It's really cool. I love Steve-O. Let's see. Thor. Loki. We need to go to Asgard, Loki. It's not that good. Marge. I could do Marge. It's kind of like Steve-O in a way. It's like,
Homie.
that's all I could do. Seth Rogen. It's not really a good impression, but it's just the way he laughs. He's like, it's something like that. I don't know. Whatever. The fucking lowrider from Cars. He's like, yeah, dude, you need a new system, bro, or some shit like that. That's how he talks. All right, I'm getting really embarrassed, but Nardward. Or Nardwar. I always thought it was Nardwar with a D at the end, but it's Nardwar. If you don't know who Nardwar is, he's fucking dope. Look at that crazy ass. I put up a picture right there. Nardwar, let's see. He goes like,
Little Uzi, I have a gift for you.
or some shit like that. I don't know. I don't have the voice exactly down, but it's like the same. I try to do the same cadence and stuff. You know, he's.
Well, you're Ice Spice. We have to know.
Or some shit like that. That's how he talks. And then King Julian. I can't believe I'm doing this right now. But King Julian, he goes like, Mauricio. No, he goes like, hold on, let me hear myself because I have the headphone and I'm going to take off. He goes like, It's not good at all, but it's just funny. He goes, there's this one meme I remember. It was so funny. He's like, Mauricio, I can't move it anymore. And then, well, that's all of them. There was another one that I was just thinking of. What is another impression that I could do? Mauricio, I can't move it anymore. It was just on my mind and I lost it, bro. Is there any other impressions I can do? From fucking this scene in Spider-Man, where he goes, "Now you can't do this to me. I started this company. You know how much I sacrificed." Yeah, that scene. I can't do the scream. I've never tried the scream because I'm too embarrassed to like do it at home and like someone hear me. But yeah, those are the impressions that I can sort of do. There's probably some more. I like doing Peso Pluma when I'm listening to it in the car. I try to do Peso Pluma's voice. I try to do everybody's voice when I'm singing. Oh, especially if you haven't if you haven't seen this TikTok, I'm very proud of this TikTok. I covered Frank Sinatra's "You Make Me Feel So Young." That's a habit I have of just like imitating someone's voice when I just hear them. So like if it's a singer, like for the Strokes as well, if you can tell on my covers, like I try to like mimic their voice as best as I can. So yeah, go check out that cover if you haven't. Please go check out that cover. I'm really proud of that one. But yeah, so we're at the 36.5 mark. We're gonna move on to our very last segment, which is our weekly segment, Crumble Cookie Reviews. Alrighty, it's a new week. The cookies are out, so let's take a look at them. Alrighty, so our first cookie is, whoa, this looks crazy. And it's another sandwich. It is called Jammy Heart. It is served chilled. This one looks actually really, really good. Okay, 2 shortbread inspired cookies sandwiching a smooth layer of raspberry buttercream and fresh raspberry jam, and finished with a cutout heart shaped on top. That's really cool. They did something for it looks like for Valentine's Day. Yeah, it kind of looked like a Minecraft heart, just because of the like edges. But that looks really good. I fucking love buttercream. Anything. Damn, that looks really, really fucking good. I'm not gonna lie. But I always say these look good. I talk about these cookies every week, but I haven't gone to get any in fucking months. But yeah, it looks really good. This one we're gonna start very high with a 8.5. 8.5. Alrighty, moving on. We're going to the red velvet cupcake. Okay, served warm. I wish this one was served cold so it could be like kind of like cheesecake, but a red velvet cookie topped with a swirl of delicious vanilla cream cheese frosting and a sprinkle of crumbly red velvet cookie crumbs. I feel like I've tried one like this, but it's just red velvet. So I love red velvet, but I mostly like it because of the cream cheese, because again, it's like cheesecake. But yeah, red velvet is kind of, my coworker told me the other day, I was like, because she doesn't like chocolate, I was like, do you like red velvet? She's like, red velvet is just chocolate dyed red. I was like, I didn't think about that. But yeah, I really just like red velvet because of the cream cheese. But we're gonna give this one a 7. A little lower. I'm not as hyped, kind of basic. Next is a Valentine confetti. Whoa, this one is kind of dope, just because of the heart sprinkles in that hoe. Served warm, a soft sugar cookie mixed with pink and red heart-shaped sprinkles. This looks alright. I wish they went a little over the top and like did like the first one and just put like a big. They should put like icing in the shape of a heart on top of a sugar cookie. But I don't want to write your things for you. But yeah, this one looks alright. Doesn't look too amazing, pushing the envelope. So I'll give this one. I'll give it a 7. I'll give it a 7 as well. We're going through these pretty quick. Yeah. No, I'm a big hater of this. It's lemon glaze. Oh, I hate lemon flavored desserts, bro. I don't know. I'm just not a big lemon guy when it comes to sweets. You know, I love lemon in general. Like, I love lemon on my fish. I love lemonade, but I don't know. I don't like lemon desserts, like lemon cake or whatever. But okay, served warm. Lovely layers of lemon from the cookie to the glaze and the fresh lemon slice on top. All right, no, that's a fucking weird ass description. Am I tripping, or was that just worded really weird? Lovely layers of lemon from the cookie to the glaze. All right, I get what they're saying, but like none of these descriptions have been like that. But yeah, I'm not as excited for this one. Eesh. Looks kind of. I want to give it a try. I would give it a try, but why is there a fresh piece of lemon on there, bro? No one's gonna fucking eat that, you fucking weirdos. We're giving that one a fucking 4. All right, and then there's a mystery cookie for the week, so I'm gonna look if it pops up. No, it's not popping up again, bro. Fuck, I hate when it does this shit. I want to look at the crumble lineup. Let me see. I hate when they do fucking weekly shit. Well, I hate when they do mystery shits because it never pops up for me on the Sunday. I don't know. I don't think it's gonna pop up, you guys. Yeah, it's not gonna pop up. So yeah, those are the ones that I reviewed. Those are the weekly crumble reviews. And we're at the 41:20 mark, so we're going to give this a wrap up and wrap up the episode. Thank you guys for tuning in again to this week's episode of the 1231 podcast. If you guys notice, we got the middle part back, baby. My hair is long enough finally to do the middle part. I love my middle part. It's just like home for me, you know? My middle part is home for me. But yeah. We're going to wrap up this episode. It is February 4th, 9:22 p.m. now. And yeah, thank you guys for tuning in to the 1231 podcast. Please go listen to my newest single. It came out like a week ago or 2 weeks ago called Fantasy Wave. It is one of my favorite songs that I have made. Very simplistic, but very well done. Fantasy Wave, cool vibes. Go listen to it. Pretty, please. And thank you guys for tuning in. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace.